Hello again, I'm brschultz. Thank you for joining me. It is January 10th. Market, the S&P 500 is tanking as predicted a week or so in advance. The S&P targeted date was originally 10th or 13th, but because of Jimmy Carter's funeral, got bumped back to the 14th, plus or minus a day. So markets are tanking here on Friday, January 10th, as predicted. The thought was that markets would keep getting lower and lower into the 14th, and that's what's happening. So the S&P 500 is the model is working so far. I'm pretty excited about it. Seems to be really doing well at the swings. So we'll have to see what happens on the 14th. And again, it could be, it's plus or minus a day, so it could be the 15th, right? Early morning, let's say CPI comes out and markets tank first thing, and then take the rest of the day to run back up. And that's the start of the bull move back up into the January 21st, 22nd peak time frame. And remember, if there's a holiday ever that hasn't been taken out of the data set, then obviously I push all the dates back one day. So with that said, my 2025 penny pick is SENS. And so basically what I try to do for this is create a weekly model that can predict where the macro peaks are in stocks. All right, and obviously if it works really good on shorter time frames, things of that nature, why not push monthly and weekly data into it? So I figure if I pick one penny stock for the year, I bought a handful of options on it, call options today that expire in January 2026, strike price of $1. And so obviously the macro peak is slated for September sometime. I'll show you in the graphs here. But yeah, so I bought a half a dozen of them, just calls, see what happens. If they go bananas, then maybe I'll make another pick, or maybe I'll make once a quarter until it fails, and then I'll take a quarter off, right? So what I'm saying is, like, if I pick a penny stock here in January and it explodes higher, let's say it hits $10 in 2 months, right? It goes from, it's trading at like 62 cents right now, goes up to $10, let's say in March, right? And keeps going up. So then maybe I'll pick another penny stock, right? So until that one goes completely dead or something and fails to live up to the model's expectations, then I'll give it a break for 6 months or something, right? Because I don't want to be a penny stock picker. But if I throw one in the mix every now and then and does extremely well, then I'll pick another one, and hopefully, and so on. And give it a couple months, see where it ends, and then if that one does extremely well, I'll just keep picking one every couple months. But as soon as one of them fails, then I'll hang up my hat for 6 months or so. So not to try to make that my main focus, but rather the S&P 500. But anyways, my 2025 penny pick is ticker SENS. So let's jump into that. If you sincerely enjoy my work and want to donate, feel free to use the PayPal link down below this video in the YouTube channel, or you can scan these QR codes. Thank you for joining me today. Now I know you can't really see the dates that well. This is a weekly model, and the point is not the dates. The point is the rhythm of the green wave. So with that said, there's about 7 touch points. Yeah, pretty amazing, honestly. So again, that looks like it's going to peak in roughly September. If you look to the far right, you see the 1 and the 0 for October. So it's just before that. So it's like mid-September 2025 is the macro peak. This is the 5-minute model. I'll show you the 10-minute model here. So obviously I would really like to see the gold wave have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because that's my macro timing wave. And sure enough, it has a beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going out for a macro peak again around that September time frame. Yeah, so I'm looking for a macro peak in SENS in roughly September of 2025. So it could be a very huge macro peak. If the gold wave really gets its teeth into it, it could really push the price up very strongly. If it's a 10 out of 10, right? I don't have huge expectations because my penny picks in the past have been, self-destructive. They never really go too far up, but I really have a lot of confidence in the model, so my confidence is more in the model. And for, like I told you, half a dozen calls for 25 cents each for 150 bucks, I don't really care. If it goes up to $40, obviously I'm making really good money. Something crazy. And look at the pattern. It's a beautiful pattern. 1, 2 is very beautiful, and 4 and 5 is very beautiful. So to me, it has all the pattern of a great gold wave move. So on a macro scale, so I really think that SENS could really could run like mad if the model is accurate, if it's correctly tuned. And again, I have $150 at risk, so not a lot here, but I really like to see the model perform, right? I want to see the gold wave prove itself. So that's the whole idea behind this. And if it can, then this could unlock a whole new arena for me, right? So hopefully you're seeing how excited I am, seeing the value here. And in the least, you're seeing the pattern in the gold wave. You can count the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pretty plainly yourself. And yeah, so you can put it on your watch list and see what happens. Again, I am not a licensed professional. I own $150 worth of calls, so not too much. And this is just for fun. So this is my 2025 stock pick, my penny pick. Catch you later. I'm B.R. Schultz. So hopefully you've enjoyed my show today. Warning, this is all forecast use only. Come here. You want to read this for me? What does that say? Forecast.
Forecast.
Use
only.
Only. Right. And what's this say?
Warning.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. I am not
a licensed investment professional. That's Latin. So we'll say caveat emptor. Seek professional advice prior to investing. Bears risk
of
financial
loss.
Very good. And so basically this is saying if you ever try to invest in stocks or anything else, you could lose money. Warning, warning, warning. And all my graphs are subject to change. And not all the results are not always the same. Yeah. Thank you for reading for me.
You're welcome.
And that's it for today. I'm B.R. Schultz. Until next time, take care.